Now children, we shall know about repetition. R-E-P-E-T-I-T-I-O-N. Children, when the same words are repeated for better poetic effect, it is called repetition. For example, home, home, sweet home. The word home is repeatedly used here for beautifying the line, and it is the example of repetition. Forever and forever and forever. Forever word has been used here repeatedly for better poetic effect. It is also an example of repetition. A mistake on the blackboard. A mistake. The word mistake has been used twice. Example of repetition. I am just as glad can be. The word glad has been used twice for better effect of expression. This is also called the example of repetition. Children, now we shall know about euphemism. E-U-P-H-E-M-I-S-M. When unpleasant facts are presented in a pleasant form, pleasant manner, it is called euphemism. For example, he has fallen asleep. Fallen asleep. An unpleasant incident has taken place, means he is no more, he is dead. But it is told in this way, he has fallen asleep. So this unpleasant fact is presented in a pleasant form. So it is the example of euphemism. He is telling fairy tales. He is telling fairy tales. Fairy tales. The person wants to mean he is telling a lie. For example, one more example. He is no more. Means he is dead. No more. Just it gives the meaning of the word. The man is dead. So this is the example of euphemism. Now, next I shall go for a very common figure of speech. Onomatopoeia. It is written, the pronunciation is just like onomatopoeia because the spelling is O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P-O-E-I-A. But the actual pronunciation is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. When the sound of the syllables brings out, when the sound, remember children, when the sound, only the sound, not word, when the sound of the syllable brings out the meaning clearly, or when a word is self-explanatory, it is called onomatopoeia. For example, the door creaking him. The word creaking explains itself by the very sound of door. Creaking sound of door. And this is the example of onomatopoeia. Birds greet her with their cooing glad. C-O-O-I-N-G, cooing, birds call, cooing glad. In the word cooing, the sound suggests the meaning. Another example, like bracelets, tinkling song. Tingling, the word tingling stands for the sound and sense of the word object, the jewelry bracelet. Okay. Next example, we can go for next figure of speech, we can go for oxymoron. When two contradictory qualities are predicted at once of the same thing, it is called oxymoron. Spelling O-X-Y-M-O-R-O-N. It is a special form of antithesis actually. When two contradictory qualities, two different qualities are predicted at once of the same thing. She has terrific beauty, terrific but beauty. These two contradictory qualities of her is expressed through the figure of speech oxymoron. He was the wisest fool. Another example, he was the wisest fool. Wisest but fool. See, two different qualities. Their contradictory qualities are at once they are in the to mean the same person. So it is the example of oxymoron. Okay. Now children, we shall go for, let us see that common used figure of speech Let me find out. Okay, epigram. Epigram is there, children. Epigram, when certain sayings are used frequently, frequently introducing antithetical ideas, which excite the audience, which surprise the audience or listener, which arrests the attention of the listener, it is epigram. When certain sayings are used frequently, introducing antithetical ideas which excite, surprise, and arrest attention of the listener or viewers or speaker of the participant of another side conversation, that is epigram. For example, the child is the father of man. How can be the child the father of man? So this is, antithetical ideas. But it is a saying and we use it to excite our listener, to surprise our listener. He makes no friend. Another example, he makes no friend who never made a foe. He makes no friend who never made a foe. Friend and foe, antithetical ideas are placed in the figure of speech epigram. Children, climax. All of you are known to this figure of speech climax. When the ideas are presented in an ascending order, ascending, A-S-C-E-N-D-I-N-G, ascending order, when the ideas are presented in an ascending order, it is called climax. I came, I saw, I conquered. Okay, this is the example. First I came, then I saw, then I conquered. Second example, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Teeth, eyes, taste, then everything. An anticlimax is just its opposite. When the ideas are presented in a descending order, descending, D-E-S-C-E-N-D-I-N-G order, it is called anticlimax. So children, anticlimax is the opposite of climax, a sudden descent from higher to lower, sudden coming down from higher to lower. For example, hear thou, great Anna, whom three realms obey, dost sometimes counsel take and sometimes stay. If you observe these two lines, you will see from a higher position, the person's lower position has been described with the help of anticlimax. Children, thank you for your patient hearing. Just one figure of speech I shall discuss and in my video today, that is transferred epithet. Children, epithet means adjective. When an epithet, that is an adjective, is transferred from its proper word to another that is closely associated with it in the sentence, it is called transferred epithet. For example, the ploughman homeward plowed his weary way. Actually, the ploughman is weary, but his path, his way is called weary here. So the adjective should go to the ploughman, the very word weary, but it has been added with the word added to way. Okay. She passed a sleepless night. Actually, she was sleepless, but sleepless, this epithet has been used, has been attached to, has been added to the word night. Okay. The pilgrim raised his old grey head. Look at the example carefully. The adjective grey applicable to the hair but is applied to the head. So here I am going to stop today, and please read your text. You can find lots of figures of speech, use of figures of speech in the section 2 poetry section. Whenever there is a query, whenever you won't be able to understand identify the figure of speech, kindly write to me. I shall and I must help you. Okay, have a nice time. Happy learning.